Yeah. Alessandra, so lovely to have you with us from Dubai. Happy New Year to you. And thanks for joining Pádraig and I today for our talk about the North Channel.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys again. It's so cool to see you again. It's been a while.
Talking about your experiences in the run-up to the North Channel and the day itself, and then any learnings and progress from that, and everything else that you've achieved to date. So our question for you, your preparation to come to swim the North Channel and getting the temperatures, acclimatization. Talk to us through what you had been doing to get to the point of the 8th of August in 2022.
Oh, yeah, it's tricky. It was really tricky because here in Dubai it's summer as well, because we are also in the Northern Hemisphere. So, but the problem is our summer is 50 degrees, yeah? So when I was close to the swim, I was supposed to be swimming in the sea. I couldn't swim in the sea because the water temperatures were 36. The sea temperature was ridiculous. And out there was like 50. And my only option was the pool, which was like 29, 30. So it was crazy. So what I decided to do was like, okay, focus on the endurance, to have the endurance, get ready to swim the 30K or 35, 40, whatever it takes. And then getting closer to the day of the swim, I was doing cold baths, doing like 8 degrees baths, 30 minutes. But of course, it was just to have the, how can I say, to wake the body and to make understand the code, you know, just, how can I say, not feel the pressure when you get in the water and then get in panic, or like when your heart start pounding and all this kind of stuff. So just try to control my mind in the cold. So that was what I was doing, like 3 times per week, cold baths at 8 degrees, 30 minutes. It was horrible, but I mean, of course, I was not expecting to get like 8 degrees, but it was a good opportunity to understand how my body was reacting. You know, if with my hands, especially hands and feet, because I was just standing there, not making any movement. So, which is a big difference, yeah. So in this area, at the pool, the place that I was doing the cold baths, they have like a system of lights. So I start playing with the lights as well. So sometimes I was doing the cold baths with cool lights, like green or blue, and then sometimes with yellow and red. And then, you know, the funny thing is that I found that when I was putting like yellow or red or just like warm lights, I was getting more colder. I don't know. I think in my mind it was like, okay, it's hot, you know. And then I had this shock when I was getting into the tub. Instead of when I was putting like green or blue, in my mind I was getting ready. Okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cold, and then I was like prepared. So I found that really interesting. And so this was the preparation before June. So June I did the qualifier. It was supposed to be like 6 hours under 12 degrees. So unfortunately, when I get into Dover, I did in Dover. Next time maybe I will hit the wall. But when I got there, it was already 14. So I had to do the 8 hours. And again, it was like a preparation. I did the first day, like 1 hour, the second day 3 hours, and then 3 hours, and then I jumped straight to the 8 hours. So yes, I think it's really it's important to do that. The qualifier, of course, you have to be honest with your training. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's serious, and the things that can happen there, it's serious. You're playing with your life at some point. Yeah, if you're not ready. So yeah, I did the 8 hours, and it was really important for two things: to understand that how I was reacting, to understand, and at the same time to know that my mind was there. So it's two preparations. I think it's the physical and the mental, which is, for me, was really important. And then, so yeah, so a lot of lessons this week. Most important one, it's to find, I think, the balance between my case. Maybe people can, I mean, everybody react different, but my case, I think it's find the balance between the speed and the amount of energy that I'm spending. Because I've learned if I swim on my regular speed in the in like waters at 18 and 20, I wouldn't last that much. So I had to reduce my speed to go further. So I've learned that in a bad way because I had to leave the swim many times. I mean, the second day was supposed to do 3 hours, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna speed up just to check it. And of course, in 2 hours, I was done. My body was like hurting so much, and I said, okay, I'll go back to the normal speed that I know that I can do it, and I can do it like how can I say, it's the all day speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and so this is my big lesson, you know, to find this balance, this fine tune that I can go. Of course, sometimes people ask me, so you're not feeling cold, so you put weight. Yes, I put weight. It's another strategy. But you don't feel cold anymore. I said, I don't think anybody who swims the North Channel doesn't feel cold. Yeah. It's cold there. It's just how you manage. Yeah. And if you, as soon as you understand that, then you can go there. Because if you feel that you're gonna beat the cold just because, you won't. You have to be aware all the time and deal with it all the time. So it's not the trainment, you know, not physical, but mentally, you have to be really focused all the time. You cannot let your guard down, otherwise the cold will come and get you. This is how was my battle there.
Had you strategies or had you tools that you used to battle against the cold?
So one was the reducing the speed, but find this exactly speed that I can have the energy, you know, can get warm, but keep going, but not spending that much. And the second one was breathing, you know, control the breathing, but just breathing control. So when you have the control of your breathing, I think that you can focus on what was going on, and then you see that it's not that scary. You know, if you're in control, and then you can keep going. And the other thing I was doing, like body checks all the time, like, okay, my hands are getting colder, my feet's getting colder, so maybe I'm gonna do some strokes and do the fist, so the blood can be pumped there. to the extremities, and or then okay, I have to kick a little bit more. So at that time, so okay, I think I'm back to normal, things like that. That's what I'm saying, when not letting the guard down, because I was always checking what was going on. And of course, I was aware that it was cold, but things that are okay, how can I fix this? How can I fix that? So this is where, and it's something that, I mean, I'm saying, but you have to learn by yourself in the water.
Yeah.
So it's really important to find a place that you can do this, like these camps, you know, that you can learn. And I mean, a safe place that people are watching you, that you can test your boundaries, your limits. And then you, after that, okay, this is how I have to work out. So this was my strategy, you know, I was like learning. It was a learning process. So yeah. So this is what I did during the camp. And then again, in June, we decided as a family, because it was like, it was a family adventure, yeah? It was not alone. So we had like 10 days in Lake Como. So which the water was around 17, so much better than 36. So I was swimming. We were not in a like a touristic place, so we're more like we were in their view, so which is no tourists at all. So I could swim around the lake without bothering with ferries, boats, or jet skis, whatever. So we did 10 days, and then a month prior to the swim, we were in Ireland. So we decided to go the north. It was like Portrush and Port Stewart, which they told me that it would be colder.
Yeah.
They said, okay, so that's it.
So
if it's colder,
you were here and you met up with Gary Knox, and you were swimming in beautiful sort of choppy waters and all sorts of probably colder water than the North Channel, correct?
Yeah, no,
people up that direction.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky, I had to say, because I met Helen and Charlton, and she used to live here in Dubai, and she went back to Ireland, and then she put me in contact with everyone. I mean, the most special ones. So I was, and every time that I was telling them my story, the girl coming from, where are you from? Oh, I'm coming, I'm Brazilian. Oh my goodness. So they were just like a Brazilian trying to swim the North Channel. Yeah, and then I live in Dubai. Well, not happening, not helping at all. Yeah, so that's why I'm here 3 weeks before the swim. And yeah, Gary, he took me everywhere. He taught me about the currents and the sea and all the creatures, and I had the opportunity to be proper introduced to the lion manes, compass, or you name it. So it's something that it might be funny, but it's interesting to understand, to also like get stung by this stuff before, so you know the reaction as well. You know, just get prepared. And yeah, that's it. We were swimming every single day. Doesn't matter if it was like sunny or if it was rain, chop, or we would every single day. So we were 3 weeks there, and then the 1 week prior the swim, we went down to Donaghadee, which was awesome as well. There's such a welcoming community, and then I had the opportunity to swim with Grace. Oh my goodness! Oh, she's amazing, yeah. So she took me different places as well, test the currents and some speed as well. This was really, really important. I think this is the way, you know, if you want to go to this kind of challenge, you have to be 100% committed to this. Otherwise, you're not gonna get there. You cannot take it for granted.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right in your planning. But during that period that you were training in Ireland, did you have any doubts in your head or worries, or did you ask yourself like, why am I doing this, or what was going on in your mind during that period of 3 weeks training?
Oh, so many times. I remember that once that Gary sent me a message that, oh, well, today we're gonna swim at 6:30 p.m. and it's gonna be in the white walls. I not exactly know exactly what it is, but where there's a boat sunk around there. So it was 7 p.m. and my husband like, you're gonna swim at 7 p.m. here? I mean, the best days we got there was like 13 degrees with sun. So what are you gonna swim at this hour? He said, we are going, I'm going, I'm not contacting, and he said, I'll do whatever it takes. And we got there, it was like windy and it was raining and it was horrible. And I was like, oh, please, please. I was hoping for them not to show up, because I was like, I'm not getting in. And then they show up. And then I was hoping for them to say, oh no, it's too dangerous, because the sea was not welcoming at all. And I was just like, okay. And they said, okay, we are in. And I was like, okay, if they said we are in, I'm not gonna say I'm not going in. I will.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have all these doubts about like, okay, I'm not gonna make it. It's 1 hour. And I was like, oh my goodness. Thank God it was just 1 hour swimming this. But then when I got home and start thinking, oh my God, did you just realize what you did, where you were, and the situation that you were swimming, and it was okay. And I was like, okay, so let's take another victory. So this is the construction of the mindset, just like I was just collecting small victories. I was not swimming 3 hours, 6 hours, but I was swimming like a proper 1 hour, like that I was like learning, trying to do my best there. So this is what made me confident. So I think confidence is something that you build, yeah? And that's what I was doing there. So sometimes it was like 1 hour, 45 minutes, and sometimes I was doing like two sessions, like a swimming with them, with Gary in the morning, and there's another group that would swim like 3 hours later. So I was out having a coffee and waiting for the other group just to get in again. And I think this is the most difficult thing. It's when you get out, you get warm, and you have to strip and get in again. It's not easy, but again, it was like, okay, I can do that. I can do that. So yeah, it was a process, and I can tell you with 100% confidence that if you just go where your mind, you don't go further where your mind sets to go, if you're set to go there, you go there. If you keep telling yourself, I cannot do it, you not go further than that limit that you impose to yourself. So yeah, I could feel that this wave of confidence was growing in me. And of course, even the first, we never know what's gonna happen. Mother Nature that will tell us what was the music they're gonna play. We have just to dance, yeah, on the day. But that was it. I was ready to dance.
You were. So you came to Donegal and you met the Chunky Dunkers, and you had the opportunity then to meet up with the other two swimmers who would go out on the same day as you. So you made some friends in Callum and in Sarah Lyles who both swam on the same day. Talk us through your day of the swim. So you had Kieran as your pilot, you were on a PISOU, you had Helen with you as your crew, and you had met and forged a beautiful friendship with Tracy Clark as well. So that was the team on board. Talk us through the day.
Okay, yeah. So we had a false start, yeah, on the 7th. I remember that we checked the weather, and I was like, it's gonna be. I mean, I had like a bad feeling, because the English channel, I had the same call, like, okay, the beginning is not gonna be nice, but the weather will get better and then it's okay, and it didn't work. So when the 7th on the day, on the first start, the day that we were supposed to swim, the weather was
yeah, it
on
was
the
like
7th.
5 a.m. and then Pádraig said no, stand down. So everyone, we were all here, we had the flasks filled, everybody was ready to go, and then the decision was yes, not to go. So
Yeah, I woke up, I put my swimsuit, and I was like, okay, my goodness, this is gonna be tough. And then Tracy just said, go back to bed, it's canceled, let's go, let's do it tomorrow. And I was like, oh, what a relief. But on the 80th, really, I woke up and I put the music really loud. I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm ready. I was so ready. It was completely different. I'm sorry, different mood. You know, I was just like, hey, that's it. That's my day. I'm gonna do it, whatever it takes. And the result is, it really doesn't matter, you know, because I think the most important thing is to have the opportunity to get in the water. Yeah. And at some point I was just like, I don't know if I are gonna get in the water, but yeah.
and one by one those victories came with you, because Mother Nature was with you. You had some choppy seas, you felt the cold, all of those things came back, but you were winning with them, you were dancing with them.
No, it was perfect. And you know, Tracy once told me, she said, it's okay, try, so you have like a simple things to stay in the water, like find a motive that you can to make you stay in. So I had the name of my son written in my hand. I still have my green ribbon tied with 3 knots. For every knot, it wasn't a wish, but a name that is really important. My husband, my father that passed. I had another knot for Connor, Tracy's son, who already passed, and for Jody, a dear friend that she was in her final days battling cancer. So, and yes, I was swimming for them. So it was 3 big motives to stay in. And the other thing that I had, it was like, okay, if I'm getting too cold, I have to switch my mind to something warm. And they're making jokes like, okay, you have like hot thoughts. So what kind of hot thought you're talking about? Like, and then my hot thought was like that Barry told me that he would wait for me with a bucket with soapy warm water, and he will bath me after that. Believe me, I was just like, okay, I can't wait. I was dreaming about that bucket.
So yes, that's one of the famous things, is the infinity hot soapy washdown at the end of your swim. So yes, Barry had promised you that.
It made me to go all the way there, just because of I dreamed about that. I was like, yes, I know I'm gonna get there and it would be awesome.
You hadn't always taken warm feeds during your swims, and that was something that you had changed to take warm feeds. So that was also.
Oh yeah. This is another thing that we decided to do. Like my feedings were like 200 mils, which 100 of the feed really concentrate, and then to dilute in another 100 mils with like warm water. So I could have something warm going down, and then sometimes not wasting a single drop. Sometimes the last bit I was just put in my face, you know, small things, earplugs, of course. And in terms of security, not the best option, but like black cap, you know, just to attract any kind of heat, like black black swimsuits, at least on the back was black. So I was anything that I could attract all a little bit of like sunlight or warm. I thought about all these little things. I'm kind of like solar power mode.
Yeah.
The Nagadi, they were laughing of me because every time we finish a swim over at the bay, people walking one side of the road. I was always walking when the sun was on.
Yeah.
So that's me. So, and I was lucky that day we have some kind of sun, you know, and even when I'm breathing, sometimes I was just like rolling, closing my eyes so I could feel the heat and the lead. Like, yes, 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 thank you. And maybe it's psychological, but there's more things that I was like doing, and it for me it was working, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How often did you feed during your swim?
Yeah, I was swimming, not usually doing 40, 45, and but for the North Channel, we decided to be more like every 30 minutes because I really wanted to keep hydrated, which is really important, and also have the warm liquid coming in.
Yeah, more often. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to the jellyfish, and did you have many jellyfish on the day?
Yeah. Tracy told me that it would be a nice idea to start like taking antihistaminics 1 week prior to the swim. And to be honest, I was like, well, of course not. It's not gonna work it. And then she was like, are you taking? I was like, no, I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. At some point she was like, I'm telling you, this is a real deal. And then yeah, so I start taking them like 4 days before, and I think if I haven't done that, I would probably not finish my swim, because I've never got seasick in any swims, even the choppiest ones. I never got like swim sick. And that day, the North Channel, it wasn't bad at all. It was really nice, especially but I got stung badly on all my right side, and then a little bit later on my left side. And I think around 6 hours, and start throwing out like non-stop. I try to keep like, okay, it's just like 1, 2, I can manage, I can keep swimming. And then at some point it was just like, it was horrible. It's too much. And I could see that it wasn't about like being seasick. I was just having a reaction. So my arms were like, I have blisters in my both arms. And so this is when we, and definitely a reaction from the lion being the beauty.
Yeah.
That.
So for everyone that doesn't know Tracy is Tracy Clark, and was head crew. We all know how precious crew are during the day and the lead up, and to give us confidence and to be our back, and that we can leave our heart and soul and mind with them. So tell us a wee bit about Tracy, and you know how she helped you along your journey and on the day and afterwards.
Yeah, so Tracy, I met Tracy when I was getting ready for the English channel, and in 2017. And yeah, I went to her camp there, and with the same story, you know, like, okay, I live in Dubai, this is the temperature, and I don't know what I'm gonna expect in the English channel. There, okay, it would be like not that cold as North Channel, but for me it would be like already way colder than the waters that I can get here in Dubai during the winter. The worst day here in the winter, we can get like 20 degrees sea temperature. So not the ideal. And then, so she starts explaining to me the things that I had to do. I was completely green at all because I decided to swim the English Channel, and was my first like long swim. Okay, in preparation, I did one big swim in Brazil, but it's like warm waters, so I started building my like open water career. Let's say that, because of the English Channel. You know, I was just to get ready. So I didn't know anything. I didn't know that about if you put earplugs, I would stop having like horrible headaches because of the cold water. So the thing that I've learned there in the camp, same thing about trying the feeds, warm feeds that would help me things. And then she was in the water with me, and she was looking my progress. The first week that I had the training with her, the first day I got 15 minutes in the water, and that was it. I went back and I was shivering. I had like a horrible after drop. I thought that I would die. And then and she was like, oh, calm down, calm down, calm down. And you have to do this and that. And people will start explaining to me. I think this is a beautiful community because people love to give, to share. And I was like, okay, please tell me more. And they're like, I want to learn because I didn't know anything. So this is how our relationship it was start building. She was with me at the English Channel, which was a horrible day, and she was there. And I think if she wasn't there, I couldn't have done, because she knew how she can push me. And at some point there, I thought I had enough. And so, and the other thing is, when you're swimming, when you're in the water, it's quite difficult for you to have a completely picture of what's going on. And you have to have someone that you really like trust, that you say, no, you still can stay, you still can give more, or no, that's enough, you know, you had your bit, now it's not safe. Same trust that I have with Jacqueline when when I decided to go to that huge adventure in Cook Strait, and I told her, it's like, okay, I don't know anything about that, I don't know, but I know if it's you in the boat, I'm okay, I'll go, because I know that you're gonna be that kind of person that will not look at me and gonna say, okay, you can push, no, you cannot push, that's it, and I'm really obedient. So yeah, so she was really important for me, to Tracy, Jacqueline.
And
So Ale, she's really powering her way now to Scotland, just here. Not quite as close as it appears, but she's got it. Beautiful stroke, hasn't changed the entire crossing. Great to watch.
I did the English Channel, and it was like a promise here with my family. Okay, I'm gonna train for 2 years. I'm gonna give my all. I'm gonna focus on it, and that's it. When I finish, I'm done.
you're still here. Alessandra, you ooze passion for the swimming, and obviously the help that others have given you. What I love to see is that you have such a passion for Brazilian, especially the female swimmers, and looking back at the history and some of the history that you found out that you didn't know, or your country maybe had forgot about. Tell us about some of that research that you had done, because you're inspiring others as much as they inspire you.
Yeah, I mean, we are just like we are only 8 women in Brazil that cross the English Channel, and it's a small number. I think 9. We are about to have another one. She's getting ready, and this one, she's gonna storm the English Channel. Believe me, she's something else. But you know, because people don't know much about these big swims, and we think that it looks like we live so apart, so far away from all the action happening. So people think it's something that it's just for not everyone, you know, it's just for like Olympic swimmers or like high performance swimmers. No, and I think if you get ready, and I mean, if you're passionate about that thing, and if you commit, that you can do this. So every time I talk to someone in Brazil, I try to explain this thing and show that look at me, I'm 49, you know, I'm a mother, 49. I started swimming when I was like 40, so there's nothing special on it. So okay, just train and you can do it. And recently I was talking to a friend. I mean, 2 years ago, we were talking, Alessandra as well. And then she told me that she really wants to do big swims. And 2 days ago, she completed 6 kilometers in Brazil.
Brilliant.
From Salvador to Morro de São Paulo. It's like a huge swim, and she did amazing, you know. And I think this is the thing, you know, if you support each other, I think the beauty of the swim is to support each other, you know, to make a big splash, you know, with others, because even when you swim a solo swim is never a solo swim. There's so much people involved, you know. So why not like bring more people together? I love when I go for the swims and meet this big communities like the donkey.
Chunky dunkers.
Yeah. I have a problem with this number. With this name.
yeah, the chunky dunkers in Martin. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
So, and they were amazing, you know. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to do my whole life, you know. That's what I want to tell people that they can keep doing it. It doesn't need to go like high performance or do Ocean 7. Just go with a friend for 15 minutes, gossip, talk, and laugh in the water, and that's it. It's, I mean, your day is completely different after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And similar with Jose, you've inspired him. He's coming to the North Channel.
Yeah, Jose.
Jose.
Jose was one of the he was doing he did a swim in Spain called Batalha de 100, which is it's a 27-kilometer swim that you swim from. They drop you in one island. You have to swim into the creek to another island inside. So, and he was telling me about the swim and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Batalha de 100 in preparation for the North Channel. So I forgot to tell. So after the swim camp in Dover, I flew all to Spain for the swim. So which was it's the swim they were not allowed to swim without wetsuit. So I had to write a letter and explain to them what was my idea, what I was getting ready to, and it will be an opportunity for me to swim there and then test my speed and everything. It's a really interesting swim. So yeah, I met Jose there. And then I was talking about the whole thing that I was doing, and I was getting ready. And of course, I think that I put something in him. And he was like, okay, So next year I'm gonna try Batalha de 100 without wetsuit, and then the next year I'm gonna sign up for the North Channel. I was like, that's the thing. This
Yeah.
is how you do it.
That's exactly how it happened. Well done, you.
What bit of advice would you give yourself, all the knowledge you have now, before you started your journey for the North Channel? What or even the English Channel, what small bit of advice would you give yourself back then?
Okay, three things, like be patient, learn with the experience once.
Yeah.
Ask, you know,
Like your three wishes. You're on your back.
yeah, exactly. Be patient, and make it patient is everything, because if you're too anxious and you decide rush things, maybe you're not gonna get the best outcome of that. Lesson learned was the English channel itself. When I did have no idea, I just to swim, how to do that, and then I just sent emails to every pilot, and the first pilot who sent me back the name, okay, I have like a first spot, and I was like, that's it. And then I realized it was like the first spot for spring tide, you know. So yeah, be patient and ask people who knows, and then you may avoid some problems in the future. So this is a big one lesson that I've learned. And yeah, and the second one, learn with the experience, and the third one, it is cannot say, yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, how can I put that? Okay, trust.
Yeah, fantastic. It was really, we love the fact that people put their lives in our hands and trust us, you know, to come with us across the North Channel. We don't always get it right, but we love what we do, and it's amazing to meet all these crazy swimmers from all over the world that put your trust in our hands, and we get a small glimpse of your world and the journey that you're on and the adventure that you're on, and it's quite unique and pretty amazing to be able to share small moments with you on your journey, on your adventure.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you guys, I mean, I'm not a big experienced swimmer, but I've been around. And then really, you're doing an amazing job. So I think I can tell like 100% sure that all these channels have been, I think this is the most group that you can feel that you're welcome, that it's a trust. You can feel that, okay, they're there for us, you know. So you have so many, you covered so many doubts that we have, and because some associations, it's just okay, you like small ideas of what you have to do, and this is the rules, and that's it. But we can see that in Infinity that you have the passion to be in the water, you know. You have the passion that to take the swimmer to the other side, and this brings us so much confidence. I think I can tell for myself, you know. I was like, okay, I'm in good hands, because my biggest fear in the North Channel that I would die. I'll tell you, I at some point I said that my biggest fear that if something's go wrong, I mean, it's a real threat, you know. Something can go wrong really bad here. Yeah. And then I had that trust, I had that feeling that I was like, okay, I'm in good hands. So it makes me feel like, okay, I can do my thing, because they're gonna do their thing there, pretty sure that they will be there for me. And it's really important. And thank you for that.
Thank you for your trust in us.
Yeah.
Alessandra, thank you so much. So lovely to see you. I see you soon in person.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I hope I could help.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know. Sorry
absolutely.
about my broken English. I don't know if
Oh,
I
no.
talk too much, if I could say.
I said to you, your descriptions of things are beautiful, because very often in our language we don't have the romantic way of how you describe something. Some of those words you use are just so poetic. So thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I miss you.
Well, listen, enjoy your evening. I know it's late. Thank you for staying up to chat with us. You had a long day with Fernandez, and hello to beautiful Fernando Jr. and Fernando Sr. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexandra.
Why, thank you. Oh, so congratulations, Pádraig and Captain Jacqueline.
Thank you.
The celebrities now. Yeah, wow.
No, we bow down and give the stage to all of you beautiful people. Amazing work.
No, I mean, you just, it's obvious what you've been cultivating way back, you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I suppose this is what we want to bring your journey and all the other swimmers' journey to, you know, the people that's coming behind you, and inspire the next generation. And, you know, that yous are human after all. You know that yous are on a pedestal, all yous amazing swimmers, but yous have doubts, and yous do get cold, and yous do cry in the corner and stuff like that, and that yous are human, and young men and young girls can see this and say, I want to be just like Alexandria, and just like Attila, and all these other amazing swimmers from over the world. And that's what we want to bring to the world with these chats, you know, to break it down, to make it just like you said, just do your 15 minutes with your friend and just continue on the journey and see where it takes you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.
Thank you. Bye.